You listened to him on the KVJ show for years. Every time he tried to talk sports, he'd get shut down. After years of begging, we finally gave in. Brought to you by Bremen Motor Cars and by Wellington Anti-Aging. It's Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Kevin's Other Show.
Yeah.
Sitting in here today, we got Jordan.
Hello.
She's going to be popping in for old Diener. I can't get this whole crew together. Yesterday was...
It's impossible.
Yesterday was my gosh.
It was an anomaly to have all three of us in the same building yesterday.
It was just crazy. You were out with food poisoning or whatever the hell you had going on.
Yeah, it was some demon trying to escape me.
Yeah, that was Monday.
No fun.
And Diener's out today and tomorrow. What's Diener got going on?
It's his birthday tomorrow.
So he gets to take off
His birthday's
work?
tomorrow?
And your birthday's tomorrow as well,
Yeah.
correct? Yeah.
Guess who's going to be here?
You are.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
Take off for those sticking birthdays.
saying.
I was going to take off.
We're adults now. You
Yeah.
can't do that.
Hey, yo, you're right. That is a very adult. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Do that.
This ain't like, what are you gonna do? Stay home and eat ice cream cake? Like, come on, man.
I think also his babysitter is like not around or something like that.
On his birthday?
I guess so. I don't know.
Conveniently.
That's it. It's a pretty crappy babysitter just not to show up on your birthday. Like, let the man work.
Yeah, he's got to. We got to help out Diener out there. We got to find him another, because I know so often it's like, you know, if his wife gets sick or something like that,
Yeah.
he's always with those kids.
Yeah, the kid gets sick and doesn't have a babysitter and can't bring it to whatever. Kids
We
are annoying.
Yeah,
huh?
we got. Yeah, they are. They're a pain in the ass. You just got married, so I'm telling you, man.
It's coming.
Hey, first of all, both of you.
It changes your game. I'm telling you.
No, duh.
Changes your game.
Yeah.
Changes your
Yeah,
game.
you go from the drinking game to the diaper game real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They still do both, but still. So Diener's out for whatever pansy reason he's got.
Because it's his birthday.
It's my birthday.
I think he changed his birthday to have the same birthday as you.
You're right. There was a lot
Take
of
away
odd
your fun.
similarities.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Ricky Bobby's trying to like freak me out, thinking that Diener's got this single white female thing going on.
I think he does.
Yeah.
He wants to stay home on your birthday, not his birthday.
He's gonna stay home and celebrate me on his birthday.
He's got his Kevin Rolston shrine at the
going.
house. Yeah.
Gonna light some candles.
Some cargo shorts.
meditation.
Some kind of weird stuff going on.
Ohio shirt.
Yeah.
It's getting weird.
Tomorrow it is the NBA draft.
Yep.
Doesn't seem like it's nearly as hype as the NFL draft. NFL draft we talked about felt like 6 months before the thing happened. Is it a really game-changing round? You look at the Miami Heat, and I think part of the reason why I'm not necessarily dialed in is the Heat got no play. There's nothing's going to happen. I'm a Heat guy, so it's like...
Yeah, I don't think they have any picks.
No, they got nothing.
Yeah. The
They got
Goran
nothing.
Dragic trade gave away their first-round pick and their second-round pick. I think went to Houston or something like that.
Yeah, they've lost that. They've blown it. And then I think it's like 2020. I can't remember what it is for the Heat. They've got, some weird stuff going on. In fact, the draft is not going to be their friend for a while. The Heat just, honestly, looking at it, it's really just kind of a mess.
This is the time to trade Whiteside. This is the time to trade Whiteside to get some picks. It's a little late. I mean, the thing's tomorrow, but
Yeah,
you never know.
Well, do you know they gave up 2 first-round draft picks for Dragic? That was 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, which at the time was a good move, though, because, Dragic came in and played well for them immediately, but it's just saying, this type of situation, you give a couple years where you're not going to be able to get any picks.
Right, so it's this year, and then they give up for 2021, and they say that could be a serious problem for 2021 because they think that might be the year that the NBA gets rid of this ridiculous one-and-done rule, which would mean in 2021 you'll not only have all the college freshmen that were good coming into the draft, but you're going to have all the phenoms from high school that are going to be – so it's going to be like a double awesome draft in 2021.
Wow.
Which the Heat will not have a pick for.
Of course not.
Just stand on the sidelines, and be like, "Oh, that was cool."
Yeah, so it just could be a complete disaster if that's the case.
Not be a part of history.
Yeah,
exactly.
They do have a first-round pick for next year and 2020.
Okay.
So it's just bizarre. Like, how did you pick 2021 out of the blue for the Goran Dragic?
Yeah,
I don't know how that.
They usually do that though. They're like, we'll give you a first round pick next
4
year.
years.
Yeah, and then another first round pick in 4 years, whatever.
Yeah. So
Sure, sounds good.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Weird stuff, but yeah, As you know, the state of the Miami Heat basically, center's overpriced. The youth hasn't bloomed. Salary cap is capped out. No draft pick. No money for top free agents.
Yeah. Why does anybody think anything's going to happen with this team? And it's like, this is not even just hating on the Heat, but like, to think that like LeBron would come here, like, you that's smoking rocks.
Out of their mind.
Yeah. There's no space. It's a shoebox full of crap.
Yeah. And part of it too is, do you want D Wade to come back or not? I don't know. They're saying he's probably going to be signing for $5.4 million.
Yeah, well, to sell tickets, yeah, probably.
Well,
at this point in time, that's really the only option.
If he comes back, though, they say that the Heat are only going to be able to sign free agents to minimum salary contracts, with the exception of Wayne Ellington.
I mean, like, what are you going to just going to get a bunch of veteran minimums? Are you going to do the senior league?
I think so. They don't. They really.
Maybe T.O. wants to play basketball. Probably get a couple mil.
Probably.
I don't know what their play is, but then, it's probably a good thing that Diener's not here through the draft because he would somehow try to explain how we're going to get Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, exactly. Like, well, if we trade the firstborn, just like they did in the Bible.
I mean, honestly, we would like have to give them Hialeah and start
literally
trading
give
off
them
land. Yeah.
cities.
Right.
The 305 is yours.
That's really about it. Trae Young, I've been getting just these reads yesterday. I was listening to Colin Cowherd, and I mean, he was just drooling all over Trae Young and just how smooth he is and what a score he is from high school and now. And it's a point guard driven league, and you got to have somebody that can shoot. And Trae Young is
the
just,
next Steph Curry.
Oh my, yeah, he was just he makes that noise. He goes, oh,
yeah, it's
he was like
weird.
going, oh, I should have grabbed
Maybe
that
that's
audio.
the reason why that desk is so high.
Yeah, he was making bizarre noises yesterday on the show. Cowherd was. He's smooth. Oh. And now today, all I hear about Trae Young is he's lacking vertical explosiveness, no defense, shot selection's poor, physical tools, he's got no vertical.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know what really the read is on this guy. Who knows? He could be the overall #1 pick. I do know that he's not great at reading his own critiques. Dan Patrick had him on reading some negative reviews from scouts. Here's Trae Young.
Wait, he's got him bullet pointed?
Who's got him bullet pointed?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Shot selection has to be reined in, falls back on launching threes when other things aren't working.
Okay.
the first part is like, I won't say it good.
And then it's like,
wait, he's got him bullet pointed?
You got him bullet pointed? I had to go back and say, did he say he's got them bullet pointed?
I guess what he tried to get out.
Yeah, well.
They also asked him, they said, okay, how are you going to stop LeBron? What would you do? LeBron James is dribbling down the lane. He's coming right at you. What do you do, Trae?
He is also not big enough to stop anyone else on the court.
What are you going to do when LeBron comes down the lane?
I'm going to try my best to stop him. It hasn't worked for anybody else in the league.
That's true.
All right, there
That's
you go.
all you really can do is just try your hardest.
Yeah.
yep.
That's your future #1 pick
Good
there.
college effort.
For tomorrow night, I got a fun little thing here for you, Ricky Bobby and Jordan.
Oh, no.
NBA legend draft high-low. Okay, here's how we're going to play. I'm going to keep score. I'm going to name a player and a number, and you tell me if the actual draft pick they went was higher or lower than the one I give you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
LeBron James, second pick. Ricky Bobby, is the actual pick higher or lower than second?
Higher.
You're going to go with higher. Do you agree or disagree, Jordan?
I agree.
You agree, going to go higher. You're both correct. He was the first overall pick. It will
Like,
get hard.
higher.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is
this a trick
is it true?
question?
Yeah, so I was like, which draft did we talk? The European draft? I'm confused.
Kobe Bryant, 9th pick in the NBA draft. Is the actual draft pick higher or lower than 9th, Ricky Bobby?
Higher. Charlotte Hornets.
Okay. What do you think, Jordan?
I'm also saying higher.
Also saying higher. You're both wrong.
Oh, really?
Kobe Bryant went 13th.
Oh, you know what? I thought he went third. I got confused.
By the 3?
The 3.
Or the 1.
Or the
whatever.
Or all of
Either
it.
way.
The whole question.
Predominantly the whole thing.
Michael Jordan, 4th overall in the NBA draft. Ricky Bobby, is the actual number higher or lower?
Higher.
Jordan.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Lower.
Gonna go lower. Ricky Bobby's correct on that. It is higher, but only by 1 3rd. Michael Jordan, 3rd overall pick. You know who was picked ahead of him? Was it 84, I think? So you had Olajuwon and Sam Bowie.
Oh, that's right.
Remember
Sam
that?
Bowie.
Yeah. Pick Sam Bowie ahead of Michael Jordan.
What a name.
I mean, that's a good takeaway.
Kawhi Leonard, 4th pick. Is the actual draft for Kawhi Leonard higher or lower than 4th, Ricky Bobby?
Higher.
Okay, what do you think, Jordan?
Lower.
You're tying it up. 15th overall pick for Kawhi Leonard.
Woo!
Went to the Pacers, then was traded over to San Antonio. Draymond Green, 24th. Ricky Bobby, actual draft pick higher or lower?
Higher.
What do you think, Jordan?
I think it's higher too.
You're both wrong.
Oh, I thought you picked 29.
35th.
Oh.
Draymond Green went 35th in the NBA draft.
Wow.
Dwayne Wade, 7th. Actual draft location higher or lower
Lower.
than 7th? What do you think, Jordan?
Lower.
You're both wrong again.
Oh.
It's high. He was 5th overall pick. That was
God,
in
I'm
the.
really bad at this.
Okay,
I'm
got to
bad
get a
at this,
tiebreaker
too.
here.
It's okay. I pay attention more than you do.
Isaiah Thomas. This would be the younger Isaiah Thomas, 45th overall. 45th in the NBA draft. Is the actual draft number higher or lower? Ricky Bobby for the win.
Higher.
What do you think, Jordan?
Lower. I'm just going to go against it.
That's
Yeah,
a smart
exactly.
move. You're right. Jordan wins. He was the
Hooray.
last pick, 60th overall.
Oh, boy.
There you go.
Wow.
Look at it. Jordan comes in here, new girl,
Yeah.
Look at
working
that.
over my boy Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
She's around like
she
that.
staved off a nail appointment for this.
It's impressive. Well, if you thought the whole IHOB thing was poor marketing, wait
Yep.
till you hear what Burger King Russia has done. This might be my favorite bad promotion of all time. I'll tell you about it next.
Get Kevin's other show whenever the hell you want on YouTube and at 640thehurricane.com.
Burger King Russia. World Cup's going on over there. And they got a very fascinating promotion that I wonder how many people have already jumped to take advantage of this great deal. According to an official social media account, Burger King in Russia posted a promotion this morning promising a reward of 3 million rubles or $47,000
That's pretty good.
and a lifetime supply of Whoppers.
All right, I'm in.
I mean, so far you're going, okay, 47 grand, lifetime supply of Whoppers. This is Russia.
I'm so confused, though. I was like, I figured, lifetime supply of Whoppers would be enough. Then you
Enough,
throw
yeah.
the 47 G's on top of it.
On top of it,
Let's do it.
all you got to do,
What I got to do?
Russian ladies, is get knocked up with the child of a World Cup player.
Oh, my God.
That's all you got to do. I guess somehow be able to prove it, but that's all you have to do.
All right.
Okay.
I think they've since removed it and they're trying to backtrack
Yeah.
massively after Burger King US is like, what?
Wait a second.
I think the corporate offices are in Miami, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
They're right there by the
Why?
airport.
God Almighty! If that, I wonder what other promotions they put out there.
Yeah, Bob, have you seen the promotion that we're running in Russia? You got a what? I don't know if I love it or think it's the worst thing ever. I don't know. It's kind of fascinating, actually.
Last
It
week they
is
tried to give away a
fascinating.
bear, so I mean, I guess.
So what happens if you saw that tweet and you ran right out, bagged a soccer player, and now you're like, wait, you can't drop it. It's
Yeah.
too late.
Yeah.
I could be carrying child here.
What if? Yeah. Well, imagine the suit, the lawsuit that can be able to
Oh,
come.
Oh,
yeah.
I think you could.
Oh, yeah, you could.
Oh my God! Of course.
If any World Cup player knocks up any chick in Russia, run to this lawsuit.
yeah, exactly.
Because you could say, I saw it, I did it, here's the proof.
All
World
right,
Cup, got
let's
my baby
go.
daddy. That's 47,000 rubles in a lifetime. I don't know what's more impressive. How long would it take to eat $47,000 worth of Whoppers? And would you want to?
Well, it's a lifetime worth of Whoppers, so it doesn't really make a difference how much you spend on the Whoppers. You got the $47,000. You can spend however you want in the lifetime. See, this what should happen is that the Russian soccer player should turn around to one of his girlfriends and just be like, "Let's just get this done."
Yeah,
you know?
go get pregnant. Let's figure it out.
I
Okay.
don't really care about the baby. I just want the Whoppers.
Well, What do you think, ranking them here? I'm going to give you some suggestions for possibly the worst marketing fails of all time.
Ooh.
Tell me which one you think is the worst. We're throwing in here, and I'm not saying maybe even what Burger King Rush is doing is the worst. That actually might be the best
No.
of all time. I might actually put that in the category of the best
I'm
of all time.
terrified.
I'll give you a couple of recent ones. You've got IHOB, just happened.
Oh, yes.
IHOP, a lot of people didn't like that. They just thought it was a lot of hype for, okay, you're selling
I just like
burgers.
seeing the other restaurants tweet back at them.
Wendy's was the best.
So funny.
Wendy's knows how to do it.
Yeah, you see their tweet to Chick-fil-A?
No, what was that?
There was something about what's better than enjoying our food, and Wendy's was like enjoying our food on a Sunday.
Oh,
Chick-fil-A's closed.
Snap.
Yeah, Wendy's Twitter is on fire.
That
Yes.
Wendy's is so. That Wendy is sassy with that red
Yeah,
hair.
she is a
Sassy
sassy
gal.
redhead.
Sassy gal.
The IHOP thing, see, I went complete. I just thought it was like they didn't want to be known just for pancakes. The IHOP, International House of Breakfast. I had
Yeah.
no idea it was going to be this.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of people were just like, oh, wah, wah, it's kind of
Yeah,
lame.
it was so stupid, but it was brilliant marketing to a point. But it was just dumb.
To a point, yeah.
Got everybody talking about him.
You got New Coke. I don't know if you probably don't remember that, but back in the day,
New
Coke
Coke.
was doing just fine. They decided to go with a thing called New Coke because Pepsi was starting to come on, so they made a sweeter version of Coke. Everybody hated it, and then they tried to switch back, and then they went to Coca-Cola Classic, and then they realized New Coke wasn't selling, so then they killed off New Coke and then just removed the
Oh,
Classic from
my.
Coca. Oh, it was a mess. It was a complete disaster. It took years to work
headache.
itself out.
Cart before the horse, huh?
Yeah, complete headache. You've got some in music. Snoop Dogg. Remember when he went Snoop Lion?
Oh, he's back to Snoop Dogg again.
I think he's back to Snoop Dogg. I think he got rid of
Remember,
old
that was
Snoop
when
Lion
Snoop
stuff.
Lion was when he was doing the reggae album.
Yeah, he did the reggae album, and I think maybe it's just kind of an IHOB type gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he's back to regular
So
Snoop.
bad.
Prince, back in the day, went to a symbol that you couldn't pronounce. So if you wanted to try to order his music, you just had to be and it was a hard to draw symbol. So there was no way to
That's a
actually
horrible
talk about it.
idea.
It was like a
Which-
really impossible thing to draw.
That really's got to be the worst marketing
Yeah,
of
that's
all time. I'm going to go to
terrible.
something you can't pronounce. There's no sound that even
Yeah.
will explain
That
who
was
I am
when
or
he
what
was
I
the
am.
artist formerly known as Prince, right?
Yeah.
Was that after like, well, we can't.
We don't know what that is.
We're gonna click. Like, I don't understand what the hell this is. So I mean,
Yeah.
obviously they're good artists, but whatever.
Back in 2014, there was a couple Twitter hashtags, the why I stayed and the why I left. They were about domestic
yeah.
violence.
Yeah, those. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
abuse victims were using those to share stories to wake people up to exactly what was going on. It was right after the whole Ray Rice incident that happened. So they got Why I Stayed, Why I Left is out there. And somebody who's running DiGiorno Pizza's Twitter doesn't really fully understand what it's all about.
Oh, my gosh.
So they go on Why I Stayed. Well, of course, they do this tweet. It says, hashtag Why I Stayed, you had pizza. Hello? People are going, wow, that's really kind of missing the point of this whole movement. That's kind of cold.
Why I stayed? Well, you had pizza.
Yeah.
And a black eye.
Yeah,
it's
I
fine.
had 2 black eyes and a broken arm, but you had DiGiorno. It
That-
wasn't delivery.
Didn't go well.
Oh,
The boneheaded Texas mattress company that used the whole 9/11 disaster and sales promotion to do a twin tower sale of
Oh.
mattresses.
I heard about that. I remember that.
Oh my gosh. It is like, come on, how do you even think this would be a good idea? It was on their official Facebook page, and let me just say, it got a lot of attention.
What better way to remember 9/11 than with a twin tower sale? Right now, you can get any size mattress for a twin price. Full mattress? Twin price. Queen mattress? Twin price. King mattress? Twin price. Store-wide sale all day long. Oh my God! We'll never forget.
Oh,
my
boy.
God.
As 2 boneheads fall back into the tower of mattresses and knock them both over.
That is awful.
Horrible.
That's not. I don't even know what to say
There's
about
like
that.
Yeah.
not even words.
Luckily, I've got a few more to throw in here.
Okay, good.
God.
For possibly the worst
That was too much. Keep
marketing
going.
of all time. In trying to show the, quote, diversity of beauty with a black woman washing away her color to become white, Unilever did this whole ad, and now they've got something you can find by Googling Dove racist ad.
Oh, I remember. This
Remember
wasn't
that?
too long ago.
It just happened not long ago at all. Yeah, it was a black woman, and she takes her shirt off, kind of like thing, and I've washed away whatever, and now I'm white. Look at me, yay.
Yeah, it was-
Use our soap, you can become white too.
I think the point of it was to
terrible.
say that it could be used on everybody's skin, but the unfortunate situation of it was that
Yeah.
it was literally like the girl taking her shirt off and she was white.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
So
didn't-
Right now,
Now's not the time.
I
for
think
that.
I still have got
Definitely
Twin
not
Tower.
time.
I don't know.
That's
Twin
really
Tower
bad.
That's
or
just terrible.
really bad.
yeah, they're really bad.
The visual of it too is horrendous.
This probably is the worst, but it's not really this company's fault. They had a very successful diet aid. It was a candy appetite suppressant, and through the 70s, it did really well.
Nice.
There was something that happened in the 80s, though, that caused them some marketing problems. The name of the company was spelled AYDS and pronounced the exact same way. Here was the ad that they were running in the early
no.
80s.
The AIDS diet plan helped me get back into a size 6.
AIDS helps control your appetite so you lose weight. Yet AIDS lets you taste, chew, and enjoy. And the appetite suppressant in AIDS is not a stimulant.
AIDS helped me lose the weight and has nothing in it that could make me nervous.
Question: why take diet pills when you can enjoy AIDS?
Oh,
AIDS
my
helps you lose
gosh.
weight safely and effectively. Use only as directed.
Can you imagine sitting in the boardroom
no.
as they're watching their commercial
That is so bad.
next to the news and what is happening with the AIDS
Outbreak.
epidemic in the 80s?
Why take diet pills when you can enjoy AIDS?
Wow.
Horrible.
And the only problem was they were there first.
I know.
It's
It's not even their fault.
They're like, they're like, this isn't even fair. Why did you have to call it? Do we have to abbreviate it? Couldn't come up with another name?
IADS or AADS or something
I
like
don't
that?
Something
know.
else.
Just call it awful.
What was the whole? Well, yeah, I mean, it was pretty. What is the whole name? Do you have the whole name? Is it? Was it an abbreviation?
What
yeah,
happened?
isn't it autoimmune?
Autoimmune deficiency syndrome
yeah.
is
Oh,
what
no,
came for AIDS. The company was AYDS, pronounced AIDS. And so they actually did try to fix it in the 80s. They thought, well, let's try to differentiate and let's call it Diet AIDS. And the American public did not take to it, and the company went bankrupt.
No.
That's just like a little bit. I don't got full blown AIDS.
Yeah.
Just the diet
I got
version.
diet AIDS.
Fine.
Yeah, I got diet
I got the
AIDS.
AIDS 0.
Yeah, that's
New
it.
AIDS. How about that?
Well, it's not only Burger King in Russia that's got problems. Russia itself has got some really problems, some big problems entertaining the people that are there for the World Cup.
Really?
This could become an epidemic. I'll let you know the other issues happening in Mother Russia coming up next.
Be part of the show on Twitter at 640 The Hurricane, hashtag Kevin's Other Show.
I was saying to myself,
Hey, self.
the only thing that will really probably get me into soccer is going to a bar, having an exciting environment, and having some beer. I'm like going, okay, I think I could take soccer then. I could get into it. I get plugged into it. I've been watching it. I've been thoroughly enjoying the World Cup, starting to understand soccer a little bit. I'm like going, this is turning it all around. The thing I think that would change it for me if you said, hey, let's go to a bar and watch soccer, but they ran out of beer. I'd be like, no, I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
What are you going for? The salsa?
Yeah. So imagine you've traveled to Russia and you're there for the World Cup in the party and you're getting into it and you're like, this is fantastic. You go up to the bar to order a delicious beer.
Especially in Russia.
Right. And they say,
Russian beer.
we are out of beer. And you're like, what do you mean you're out of beer? We have no more beer.
Yeah, well, you're out of customers, too. So.
Bye.
You're like, oh my gosh, how bad would that be? Well, apparently the greatest fear of the world is becoming a reality because they say Russia is running out of beer.
How the hell is that possible?
I don't know.
It's a gigantic country.
It is a gigantic country that apparently is low on resources. And I don't know, maybe beer's not big in Russia. I don't know because they've got vodka.
Vodka.
True.
Yeah.
That.
Mother Russia.
So maybe that's pretty much like what it is. But they say that, they are having bars that are running out of beer and people are freaking out.
I wonder why. Yeah, I'd be freaking out, too. I mean, like, you're just going out there, you want a cold brewski, you're going to enjoy the World Cup,
Yeah.
and you don't have brewski,
People are losing their minds. Yeah,
just the cup.
They say beer sales in Russia have fallen by around a third over the past decade, and so they're not used to mass
Serving
demands
a lot.
on beer, and they had no idea how much some of these countries are going to be drinking beer because in Russia, they don't drink a ton.
Yeah.
So now they're kind of freaking out, and now they're like having to go all the way to the supreme leader and saying, "What do? We are running out of beer."
This is the reason why it's coming to America in 2026.
I think so.
Yeah, they're like, well, we heard that they might be running out of beer. We can't continue to do this.
This is why Russia is probably never going to get another World Cup again, because you can't run out of booze.
No, I mean,
when you host a World Cup.
Yeah, you just want everybody to start drinking vodka.
Yeah.
Imagine if the entire place only drank vodka.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it would look like the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no.
So what's
Need the beer.
your solution here, Putin? The ball is in your court.
Glorious leader Putin.
Yes, underling.
The motherland has run out of beer.
We have faced harsher droughts before, comrade. Tell me, how is reserve of vodka?
Full as always, my leader.
Good. We replace beer with vodka. Tell no one.
But your majesty, they are different color, alcohol content.
Yes, we pee in vodka. Make right color. Taste the same.
But glorious leader, what will Russians do when vodka runs dry?
As we always do in times of drought, replace vodka with gasoline.
May Stalin have mercy on their souls.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. Good luck. Gosh. You know what? Maybe they can do what Canada did. They just need to legalize some weed.
Yes.
Maybe that would do it.
That could be a thing.
How about that?
Maybe.
You know, it was funny, them being the first. I thought there was other countries that were first.
They're second. Uruguay. First country to legalize marijuana production.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not I was not expecting
Nope.
that, no.
I mean, yeah, where did that come? What?
Uruguay.
Where is Uruguay?
It's in Central America.
Yeah.
It is. Okay.
I think so. Well, Paraguay is. So I just figured like North
Do we
Carolina,
know?
South Carolina, you know what I mean? Uruguay, Paraguay.
I confidently can't say. Uruguay location. Let's see what comes up.
And the Google machine?
It says, where is Uruguay?
Google doesn't even
They
know.
don't know.
Okay, looks like you have got right here.
Central America. It's got to be Central
It is South America.
Oh.
That's what I said.
My
South
man.
America.
Uruguay is right beside Argentina. If you go pretty much in Argentina is all the way down to the tip of South America, and it's just kind of coming up a little bit right there. It's actually right next to Paraguay, Uruguay, and Monaguay.
Monaguay.
No, I'm just making
Yeah,
that
that
up.
was the last one. I was like,
wait a minute.
I was like, is that from Gremlins?
I know I didn't fail geography
I
bad.
knew it was right by each other. I told you, like North Dakota, South Dakota.
Okay. Yeah.
East Dakota, West Dakota, that kind of thing.
Legalized recreational weed now in Canada. That's where it is. And our producer on KVJ, Denny's, he was just there last week, and he said there's like only one door to get through to Canada. He said it was the easiest thing ever. He didn't have like a passport. He showed him his, driver's license and walks
you
right
can
into
show 'em your
Canada.
birth certificate.
So you can you're just like, it's like you get carded to go in there and just smoke all the weed you want.
I'm going next week.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm going up to Buffalo, and we ordered our certified birth certificates, and we're going to Canada.
Are you going there to smoke weed?
No, but I'm just going to Canada.
Yeah.
Wow.
Come on. Are you going to smoke weed while you're
It's
there?
a waste of a trip.
It's not.
Sure.
Well, they apparently were talking to the very wise Nick Young about this.
Oh, what is he calling himself now? Swaggy Champ. I think
Is that what it is?
Yeah, because he used to be Swaggy P.
Yeah.
Now he's Swaggy Champ.
Yeah.
Why
he's
do people
like-
change
not-
their
I think he's
name?
not
It's
single.
just
Is his
leave
relationship status or something like that? Is that what it changed it?
No, when he won a championship just with the Golden State Warriors, he's changed it to Swaggy Champ.
Oh, okay. So this is the guy we want to ask him about World
Yeah,
Affairs.
exactly. This is the one that dated Iggy Azalea.
Oh, great.
Yeah, Swaggy P, Nick
okay.
Young.
All right. So, yeah, Nick Young. Here's what he has to say about legalizing marijuana.
First country in the world to pass the legalization of marijuana across the nation.
I want people to pass cocaine.
I want people to pass cocaine.
That escalated quickly.
Hold on. We're going to bypass weed. We're going to go straight to
Go
coke.
straight to Coke. Forget
Swaggy
it.
Champs. Swaggy Champs. That's what it is. Well, maybe he just accidentally said cocaine.
I mean, do you think America's next?
Yeah, that's next. The white.
The white.
Okay. All right. No mistaking there. Yeah, Nick Young.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna need you to do this drug test.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I want to pass cocaine.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, see, that's not good. That's not
That's
a
not
good
good at
not a good
all.
look on the Golden State Warriors. I don't know what his contract looks like, but I don't see him lasting much longer as a Golden State Warrior.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, well, going to give that today's dumb comment award.
Yes, definitely.
For today's best burn, it's got to go to some kids in Bradenton, Florida, who were there for a high school football camp. Cam Newton was there, and they were heckling him a little bit. A little bit of the audio is kind of chaotic and crazy, but I'll give you just a taste.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Oh, he on a fruity.
Did you tell Von Miller Happy Father's Day?
Did you tell Von Miller Happy Father's Day? Now, just to go back and reference, that goes back to the 2016 Super Bowl in which the Carolina Panthers lost to the Denver Broncos. Cam was sacked 6 times and fumbled twice during the game, and Von Miller pretty much was the reason why he was having such a hard day. So he said, did you wish Von Miller a happy Father's Day?
How old are these kids?
These kids are just like high school kids.
Dude,
and they act like, they look like young high school kids too. And Cam finally snapped. He turned around to one of the kids. He said, don't try that bleep with me, little boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you're really going to go after a little kid?
Yeah.
You push. Just get over it.
Kid said something back to Cam Newton, and Cam got right in his face. He said, you'll do what? He was like, oh, yeah, he was facing up. Yeah. He was bowing up against his high school kid.
It's a high school kid. You're oh, my God. What a... I hate that. It's just so stupid. Like, let it go.
Today's goodbye. Want to say goodbye to another NFL star, Michael Vick. I did not even know he lived in South Florida. Did you know?
Oh, I didn't
He
know
lives
that.
there?
Yeah.
He moved?
He's moving now.
To where?
He's moving to Atlanta. You know, he just accepted that job as the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Alliance. What a horrible name.
Where was he living?
He was in Davie.
What?
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in Davie. Had a
I had no idea.
Yeah, 6 bedrooms, 7 baths, 6,000 square foot home. Got a home theater, outdoor pool, spa, lounge area.
Boy.
I knew it wasn't at the Big
flooring.
Dog Ranch.
No, he
my
was
God.
not at the Big Dog Ranch.
That is terrible.
If you want Michael Vick's palatial estate, minus the dog kennels, $1.4 million.
Oh, my goodness.
Taking them with him. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
So bad.
And today's concern, venomous caterpillars in Florida. Did you know we had venomous caterpillars? What the hell is this?
The little fuzzy things, right?
Yes, that's not even fair. Like, what?
South Florida's turned into Australia, where like just literally everything's trying to kill you.
It's insane. In Land O'Lakes, this kid got bit or stung or I don't know what it is by a venomous furry caterpillar. He said it kind of felt like someone was drilling into my bone and wouldn't stop. It was horrible.
What the? It's a
Okay.
caterpillar.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Now I got to be deathly afraid of caterpillars.
Wait a second. So wait, does it still turn into a butterfly? What does it turn into? Like a pterodactyl?
It does, with teeth and wings, and it shoots laser beams out of its eyes.
I was gonna say.
Yes.
It's a cat with 2 heads.
Oh, goodness.
Coming up here in a minute, boy, the Marlins had a fun, festive game. It was Beam Fest, baby. We'll let you know what was going on with that coming up next.
Think Gloria did a bad job? Wait till you hear this crap. It's Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.
Tell you what, Marlins games are getting festive and fun. Boy, they had quite a spicy one against the Giants in San Francisco. Now, they lost 6-3, but I got to tell you, I was kind of entertained by this. It went back to the night before. If you might remember the 9th inning, I think it was like 3-run deficit. The Marlins came back, and they wound up beating the Giants 5-4. And there was a lot of drama that kind of happened in that. Hunter Strickland, who was pitching that night for the Giants, blew it. He threw close to Lewis Brinson's head, missed.
Jesus.
Brinson got a pretty good hit on him the next pitch or right in that at bat. Brinson's kind of like, facing him as he's running down to first base. By the time Brinson's standing on third, they got to yank Hunter Strickland, and Hunter Strickland is, jawing back at Lewis Brinson, who's standing on third base. Hunter Strickland was so upset because he just completely blew it and fell apart out there on the mound that he goes and punches a door, breaking his pitching hand.
Good job.
Big dummy.
Good job.
He's out 6 to 8 weeks, had to get surgery today.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Amari Stoudemire did the same thing in the playoffs. He punched a fire hydrant and busted his hand and couldn't play.
Dude, come on, man.
Dumbass.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. So that was going on the night before. And so in the second inning, of the game last night or yesterday that the Marlins wound up losing 6-3. Lewis Brinson gets beamed pretty much right there in like I think it was like the top of the second, something like that.
So I'm confused, but why though? Because most of the time that this is happening, this is all coordinated. But what the hell did Lewis Brinson do? Because he almost got hit in the head with the ball.
And
he jawed off.
I
Like
agree.
what the hell's a big deal?
I don't. These unspoken rules in baseball and the code and whatever happens. I don't get it because
that's where the Illuminati is. It's in baseball.
If you throw close to my face and then I get a hit off you, I'm gonna probably be like, yeah, dude, how you like me now? And that's pretty much what Lewis Brinson did.
Yeah.
So why, when you come up your first at bat the next game, you get plunked?
Yeah.
I get being pissed, and so that's where I think this all kind of escalated because, then the Marlins are like going, okay, well, you're not going to do that because they're probably going, that's not cool.
Yeah.
We got a legit hit off you. You then come and you plunk our guy. So guess what's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to go down the lineup and be like, who should we hit? Let's go for this guy right here. Let's go for Buster Posey. And so when Buster Posey comes up, guess who gets plunked? And then all things went completely crazy. This kind of sums up what happened in the game last night.
The base hit in last night's ball game.
Here's Brinson.
He gets one right in the wallet.
Right in the wallet.
Right in the wallet.
And all the Marlins on the top step of the dugout. And both sides have been warned by the home plate umpire as Don Mattingly comes out.
Well, Don Mattingly's furious, and I completely understand why.
To last night, in case you missed it. This is the ninth inning. Hunter Strickland goes up and in on Lewis Brinson, who later in the at-bat gets the base hit that ties the game. Brinson's pumped up. He fires his bat down. Strickland then glances at Brinson while he's at first. Later, when Strickland is lifted, jawing with him at third base. And now Posey gets it, and Straley has been thrown out of the game.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, so they tossed the Marlins pitcher.
But now Bruce Bochy's a little fired up.
I wonder why.
And now that's the Giants manager who's out there. He's all upset. So, yeah, because they had been warned because, you get warned like Brinson gets plunked. And at this point, if I'm the Marlins, I'm like going, okay, wait a minute. We got a legit hit off you the night before.
Yeah.
It's not our fault your idiot pitcher, Hunter Strickland, punches the door and breaks his hand.
Mm-hmm.
So then you're going to plunk Lewis Brinson. Okay.
For what? See, this is the thing, is that for what, though? That's what I don't understand.
That's what I'd like to know.
If anything, the Marlins should have retaliated the next at-bat because they almost hit Lewis Brinson in the head.
So if you're Mattingly, you're like going, you're not going to sit there and assault my players.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going on baseball code, Mattingly has every right to send out his pitcher and be like, plunk Buster Posey. And he does. And then he's gone. And so Straley, they had two that were kicked out of the game.
Wow.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, impressively, that was Mattingly's 35th time being ejected from the major leagues.
Dan Patrick, who is obviously on this station, every time Dan Mattingly gets kicked out of a game, he has to send an article of clothing to Dan Patrick, and Dan Patrick has a doll in his studio that has a piece of his. So it was all Dodger stuff. Now it's starting to become a bunch of Marlins stuff.
Yeah, that's his 7th time as a manager getting kicked out. So
he's got a jersey, he's got
everything,
pants,
whole outfit.
But if you're talking about managers getting kicked out of the game, he's got a long way to go. Manager's been kicked out the most, Bobby Cox.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Cox, number 1 on the list. Take a guess. What do you think the number is? How many Major League Baseball games has Bobby Cox, or had he been kicked out of? Ricky Bobby, what's your guess?
22.
22. Okay, what do you think, Jordan?
I'll go higher, like 30.
Okay, yeah, now I'll go way higher, 161.
Oh,
no
way!
161
We were way
games.
off.
Yeah, no
Oh,
doubt.
my.
Number 2 on that list, Tony La Russa, who you might remember. Tony La Russa, when he's driving around drunk in
The
Jupiter.
great spelling champ.
Nice.
Yeah, and they give him the drunk test and say, hey, can you recite the alphabet? He says,
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, I, Z, M, N, O, P, D, Q, R, S, T, U, V, V, Z, T, U, V, X, Y, X, Z.
wait, was that X, Y, X, Z? XYXZ.
He almost had it till the end. And then,
Yeah.
The best is at the end. The officer is like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 DUI, 87 times booted out of games. How many times of that was because of booze? Former Marlins manager Jim Leyland, 68 times he's been booted, and Joe Torre rounds out the top 10 all time at 66.
Wow.
My goodness.
106, though. Jesus.
Impressive stuff.
That's a lot.
Big congrats to the Florida Gators, doing great in the College World Series. Stave off elimination, beat the Texas Longhorns, so they're going to move on, see if they can repeat this year. Want to check out this show? It's on YouTube. We got a podcast as well, and on Twitter. Just look for it. It's Kevin's Other Show.
You listened to him on the KVJ show for years. Every time he tried to talk sports, he'd get shut down. After years of begging, we finally gave in. Brought to you by Wellington Anti-Aging. Low T? Go to WellingtonAntiAging.com. And by Bremen Motor Cars in West Palm Beach. A world-class experience. Shop BremenPorsche.com now. It's Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.